Hey yo, it's your boy Monster Man Rocco.
It's your boy Swagger Rock.
This is Snack the Ripper.
And you rap for those who don't know.
Master Ace. You are now rocking with the best. Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio. Let's go.
Breaking Records Radio.
Press 5 now. How you check Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man. Radio is like the place to be. I don't fuck strange music, dude.
Well, you're based out of Toronto, or
Yep.
you based out of Canada?
Toronto.
So what part? Toronto. Oh man, that music scene over there is kicking up.
Yeah, man. It's dope here, man. It's dope.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how you guys have the best artist in the world right now. Drake.
Yeah, man. He's helped put a serious light on the city for us.
Yeah, he's a very, to me, he's one of the for my era growing up, he's probably the best overall artist to ever come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, man.
He's done what Kanye took it to another level, but he's done what Kanye wanted to do in this era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Drake forever will be one of in my top 5 all day.
Word up, man. Yeah, he's definitely a great. He's not in my top, but he's a great.
Yeah, but when I say top 5, I mean as artists. If you want to talk rappers,
Yeah,
Wayne is my number 1 rapper.
Yeah, those are different conversations.
Yeah. As an artist, and the level that we all want to go to as an artist, I feel like Drake. Nobody has done it better than Drake.
Nah, he embodies it.
Yeah, he is an artist.
Word. All right, man. I'm ready to get it going. If you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, my man. Check it out, Breaking Records Radio in the place to be. It's your man Maloney, and I got a special guest on the phone with me right now, Vega J calling in. How's it going, my man?
It's going good, brother. Thank you for your time.
Yo, no doubt, my man, no doubt. Thank you for calling in. And so you're from out in Connecticut, right?
Yes, sir. From Bridgeport, Connecticut, to be exact.
Okay,
We're a
word.
little town about 30 minutes away from the Bronx.
Word, man. Well, yeah. Tell us a little bit about what was it like growing up there? You're 30 minutes from the Bronx, so you're not in the Bronx, but is it does that kind of spill over to where you're from, or is it kind of is it a little safer where you grew up?
Absolutely, it kind of translated over to us.
Yeah.
We don't from Bridgeport, we don't really like to be called Little New York, but from their perspective, that they call us that, but we're not that. But it's kind of like the same thing, the same music translated over to us. We grew up on the 50 Cents, the DMXs, the Dipsets, the D Blocks, that nature. So
yeah,
that's the type of music I grew up listening to.
Word up, man. And so how long you been doing music for?
Well, last year was the first year. So 2018 was the first year that I actually, went to the studio and started putting my focus to it. But I've been writing music for about maybe 4 years now. Oh shit!
Hey, okay. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'm 24 years old.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's crazy. That's the crazy thing with the game nowadays. It's I feel because I'm a little bit older than you. I'm not gonna date myself, but let's say half a decade. All right. So, when I was coming up, it was I was kind of a weirdo to be rapping to begin with. You know what I mean? But it's so it was very limited people did it. But if you did it for, you know what I mean? But now it's it's cool with the internet. A lot of a lot of dudes might be 20 years old before they're yo, I want to put actually I've always kind of liked writing. Let me try making some music. And it's I feel like everything's a lot more accessible nowadays. So I think that's really cool the way that that opportunity's there now for the generations coming up.
Yeah, the YouTube era. I love to call it the YouTube era because it's just or the video era. Because now all you need nowadays is a good promotion, behind you, and a good video for people to feel it, or a good song for people to feel it and see it. Because visual is the most important thing. If you can see, then you can feel.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And so coming up where you came up, I know you've had some from some of the information you've told me about yourself. You've had some hardships coming up. Is I don't know if there are things you specifically want to talk on. You're welcome to if you do, but like, is that kind of like where you know, the artistry started in for you, like writing and stuff, coming up, dealing with some of the things you had to deal with?
Yeah, yes and no. My later, you know, the later years of my life is when I started really focusing on my music. A lot of my music is based on, you know, my love, I would say, like love and certain things that I went through in the streets. Yep. But it doesn't really necessarily, like, for example, I went to prison, you know, to be honest with you. I went to prison for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years. And I never speak about it. You know what I mean? That was something that happened, but I would never speak about it because that's just something that, you know, it was an embarrassing moment. So it happened, you know, so, you know, I'm trying to get over that, you know?
Yeah.
But actually, my music is more towards, yeah, you could say that, though, it's from my upbringing a little bit, but not really. It's more so of when I started getting my own mental conscious, I would say.
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So, you know, I evolved to where I'm at now because it didn't start off like, hey, you know, I'm just writing music. I always loved music. I've always loved music, but I didn't start writing or taking it serious until I would say about 20 years old, 21 years old.
Word. And then, like, so growing up, like, did you have any other artistic outlets you were into, or was writing and doing music something you just kind of actually discovered like later in life? Because I find a lot of times artists, like, you know, that if they didn't do music or writing, they drew, or they, you know, had other like kind of things they were focused on as an artist. But
you know what's funny about that question, man? And I'm gonna answer this 100% honest. I think there's no other thing that I'm good at besides music.
Really, eh? Really?
So I never had nothing growing up as if to say like you know, I was the worst drawer ever. I barely draw stick figures, you know.
Yeah.
and you know, I just never nothing. I can honestly say nothing.
Oh, word.
Like I've never been good at nothing besides music.
Yo, that's cool though, man. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
And I love it, you know, I love the people that show me support, you know, because I got a lot of people that inbox me or they write me somewhere and be like, hey, when are you dropping this song and stuff like that. So that just pushed me to take this year serious and just to see where I could take it, because you never know if you don't try. You know?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, man. You got to get up and actually try. And
networking is a big thing too, man. We all got to help each other out because, you know, the way I look at it is this is a league, and not everybody in the league is Jordan. But as long as you're in the league, you know what I mean, you're fine.
No, that's a fact, man, and that's exactly it. Networking is so important, but a lot of people don't understand the actual importance of it. But it is literally, as an artist, the most important thing you can do. But a lot of cats act like they're too good for it. And they're like, oh, well, I got more hits than this guy. Or like, you know, this guy's not as good as me. And like, people just let their ego keep them in this little box. And you just got all these like segregated different areas of the culture as to where you could actually have a whole bunch of people boosting each other and helping and putting the energy behind each other and helping, and everyone could flourish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, it sucks, you know, but, you know, I guess that's how life is, but I'm never going to change who I am, you know, because somebody else, if I can help out, I'm always going to help out, you know?
Yeah, for real, man. But that's what we need more of that.
My upbringing, though, it was kind of like, my favorite artist from growing up, of course, was, you know, Wayne. Wayne was probably the greatest rapper. To me, still to this day, even though he's not the old Wayne, but I will always have to put Wayne as my head, you know? Like, my base of writing really comes from a mixture of Wayne and Drake. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Drake is, and I'm not going to say was because he still is, Drake is probably, like, you know, the best ever artist to make you feel a song or feel music. You know, he has feel music. And Wayne was a bar artist in which he would say something that'll go over your head.
Yeah.
It'll be weeks later until you catch it. So my writing is a mixture, I would say, in between the two of the both, because I love bars and I love good music. You can't rap like bars nowadays in this type of, you know, era that we're in with music.
Yeah. And with that being said, what would you say like your strengths in music are?
Honestly, my strengths in music is my love songs.
Yeah.
My strength, and you know, I'm not ashamed to say it because a lot of people. It's funny that you say that because recently one of my guys, he was saying, "Man, I want to do this love song, but I don't want people to look at me this way or whatever." And I just told him straight. I said, "Man, as long as you know who you are as a person, it doesn't matter, man. You know."
Exactly. That's the worst part of you know, the biggest tragedy with artists is a lot of times they're uncomfortable being themselves or being vulnerable in their music because they're scared people will be like, oh, that's whack or that's soft. So instead of ever even trying to make those kinds of records, they just kibosh the whole idea, and they could, who knows, but they could have been the person to write the greatest love song of all time, but they'll never know because they won't do it. You know what I mean?
Right. And I love it. I love being versatile, and I really get, like I said, I really got to give thanks to the people that, been in the game before me, like Drake, because he gave me the confidence really to be able to do a love song and not worry about what other people got to say. So,
yeah.
A lot of people really get on me for saying that Drake is one of the best ever or whatever, but you don't understand what he does for music. You know what I mean? People, it's way more than just having fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but to me, like, the love songs are my best music, and I love it so much. That's why the songs that I dropped recently for the new year was I dropped a love song, and then I dropped a different type of song, which is not a love song, but I dropped a love song, then a hip-hop song. So, I'm going to follow up with the hip-hop video.
Yeah,
coming out this week, But
what were the names?
The song was first, so people can see when they tune into my music that I'm versatile and I have other music for them to listen to.
Yeah, what was the name of the love joint that you dropped?
The love song that I just dropped recently is called "Hurt Before."
Yeah.
And the song that I'm actually shooting a video for that I just released is called "Boss Man."
Yeah.
I'm shooting a video for that this Saturday, and they will be on all major platforms. Coming on, I think Monday, they'll be on all major platforms.
Okay, dope, man, dope.
So,
and
at the moment, they're on YouTube on my channel, which is Vega J. That's my channel. And for the moment, they're gonna be only on there, but they'll be on Apple Music, Spotify and everything. Monday morning.
Okay, dope, perfect, man. And that's Vega J. That's VEGAJAY, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Word up, man. And so is it true that the first album you ever heard was 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying?
Yeah, that's the classic,
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
The biggest artist on the East Coast, or in the world, maybe around that time. 50, he's been a big part of my, my music, the love for my music, because 50, who didn't want to be 50 Cent? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, 50 was amazing, but then again, in the same breath, man, 50 was the biggest commercial success, but let's not forget, D Block, Jadakiss, Styles P, Sheek Luch, Dipset, Joel Santana, so I really listened to them growing up, man, and they were all, and then for Joel and Wayne to come together, which were my two favorite artists at the time, it was just like, wow.
Yeah, we got robbed by never getting that album, eh?
Yeah, we did, man. And then they thought about coming back with it, and it's too late already, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like nobody wants to hear that now, but even if they would just release the old tracks that they did, like that's probably just fire itself.
Man, yeah, man. It just sucks because it doesn't suck. I'm not saying that the music now is trash, because it's not trash. It's just different ears for music,
Yeah.
But like. The ears of music now is so far away from bars and who got, penmanship, and now it's just like who can make a melody,
Yeah.
Which is okay still, different eras, but I come up from the era, like I said, where it's like, who says the best words,
Exactly, yeah. I'm at the end of the day, that's still what I'm a fan of. Like I can vibe out to some shit, you know what I mean? But it's like, I almost like judge the two things differently. It's like, there's actual rappers, and then there's, like, artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like,
absolutely.
It's like I like artists. I like all kinds of music, but, at the end of the day, I'm a rap fan. So it's like, I can't just subscribe to the idea of melodies and stuff being, like, rap. Like, I'm cool with it. It's its own music. I can vibe with it, but at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, I like to hear someone say something. You know what I mean? It's like that's what I really like to get out of my music. So it's like that's my one disappointment with kind of where it's gone. Cause you have some artists though who do the singing and stuff and they say something, and I really like artists like Drake, you know what I mean? But it's like there's a lot of cats who almost forgot how to actually say something and they just sing. And I think that's kind of where I've fallen you know what I mean? It's like I wouldn't even say out of love with rap. I think it's just it's become two different things. You know what I mean?
Right. I feel like, and you're absolutely right. Like we had, I think I talked to you about this earlier, but like Drake is, Drake is an artist to me. Like, he will always forever be my number one artist on my list.
Yeah.
But as a rapper, Wayne would be my number one rapper. It's like you say, man, it's two different things, man. To be an artist, is to make a good song. It's a soul song. And to be a rapper, which the era, of course, is obviously dead, but
yeah.
The era of rap, to me, finished off maybe after Wayne dropped the Carter 3, maybe 2008 or whatever. Around those years, that's when rap was officially, like, to me, over. They started changing to other different things, different type of music, and you got people, it just turned really, really different, And Drake was the pioneer of that, though.
Yeah, it's true. Drake kind of took it on his back when rap lost its identity and it was kind of looking for it. Drake kind of put it on his back and gave it its new identity.
I love, man, that man, he's inspired so much people, man, and, for Wayne to be my favorite rapper and for him to be, the successor of Wayne, it's just crazy because, Drake is my favorite artist, Wayne's my favorite rapper, so it's just crazy how, them two just, work together, are on the same team, so.
Yeah, and it's rare you see that too. Like, a lot of times big rappers will, they'll have mentors who are never quite as big as them, or they'll have, like the biggest rappers like your Eminems, your Jay-Z's, they'll put artists on, but they'll never like really become stars, you know what I mean? Like, aside from J. Cole, like Jay-Z, Jay-Z's put on a few artists who have become stars, but it's like rare you see like the biggest rapper in the world put on a rapper, and then he becomes the biggest artist in the world. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a legacy.
That shit is amazing.
Yeah, like, that's a legacy that, like, nobody, I don't know if anyone will ever touch that.
You can't even write, because you have other rappers, like you said, like, you would have, let's see, well, J. Cole was signed with Rock, but, I don't know how that situation went, but, he was going to be the next big thing, but, J. Cole did his own thing, but, you have really, you don't. You have, like, Maybach Music. They have Meek. Meek is big, but Meek isn't, like, global iconic level like Drake. Because Wayne, like you said, when Wayne found Drake, or when whoever found Drake and brought him to Wayne, Wayne was already the biggest rapper in the world.
Yeah.
So,
and for him to give him the coast.
To Drake, it's just, that's an amazing story, man. Like, I feel
rare.
like it can happen to anyone. You just need to put the work in for it.
That's a fact, man. I like the attitude you got, man. Very positive and just very about, like, networking and just community.
It sucks because I see a lot of people, man, they don't want to help each other out. And, it's like, man, you got to understand, man, not everyone could be Jordan, but you could still make the league,
Yep, facts.
So, it's not about what the other man has. It's about where you guys going, together as a team. Because what if we all make it and now you could have been working a regular job down the street, but now you're making your good $200,000, $300,000 a year or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Or because you're not making the $1 million that the artist is making. At least you're not living the life that you would have been living if you would have never been around the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And you know what? I never really thought of it like that. But you're absolutely right. And that's the problem, is that so many egos are involved that people, like, they'd almost rather work the regular job and fail than to, like, network with someone and possibly, like, instead of being the top rapper, being, like, the 10th top rapper, or being, like, a manager or something, or falling into place a different way. It's like ego is so strong that they're like, nah, like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm number one or I'm nothing, almost, like.
Absolutely. See, I have a good friend of mine. He's another artist. His name is King Seas, and he's a mentor of mine, and we always talk, man, and this man is so smart business-wise. Like, this man is, I'm pushing for him to become my manager soon, you know what I mean? But he's focused on him being an artist.
Yeah.
But, he has a timetable that he said. But anyways, he's like a mentor of mine, and we always speak, man, and we always help one another out. And we try to do that. We try to spread it. But it's just a lot of, like you said, man, egos, man. A lot of rappers, man, they want to be the best, or they feel like they're the best. It's not a competition, man. It's not a competition. It's it's an opinionated sport, so it doesn't matter how good you think you are. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to think you suck, you know?
Yeah.
Because I can name a few people that don't listen to Drake, you know what I mean? But the world listens to Drake, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter, but people don't understand the bigger picture, man, and it's sad to see.
Word, man. I agree with you 100%. So to keep moving forward a little bit, though, curious, like, what are some of the goals you're looking to accomplish in this next year? Like, you got, what do you got coming out on the way and stuff?
Well, I have the video for Bossman. I'm shooting it actually this Saturday. It should be released sometime next week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday. But besides that, I have a project. It's called In My Zone. Vega J In My Zone. I should be dropping around maybe beginning of the summer. I'm gonna drop another video, and then I'm gonna drop the project. I just don't want to drop music right now without a good sense of promotion. But I'm gonna drop a project this summer, and that's my goals is right now. It's not about the money to me. It's not about females and nothing. That's stuff we've been doing. That's shit that I've been doing. Females and getting my own money and everything. That's nothing new to me. It doesn't excite me.
Yeah.
But what I want to do is, my goal is to make sure people feel my music and make sure you understand that I understand what you're going through because I went through it. So I'm going to try to give it to them the best of my ability, and make sure they can feel the pain, but understand, you could get through it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
that's my goal, just to make sure people feel my music.
Word up, man. All right, cool, man. Well, before we wrap it up as well, too, I want you to pick the. We're gonna play a few of your joints, so you let the people know track names and everything.
Okay. Can you say that again? You kind of broke up.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, man. So before we wrap it up, I just we're gonna play a couple of your songs. I just want you to let the people know. We'll let you pick what you want the people to hear.
Okay. Well, I want you guys to hear Vega J Bossman, which is a song pretty much about, pretty much that you lost some friends. When you hear the beginning of the song, you understand where the route that is going to go. But, pretty much you lost some friends, but it's a part of the process of becoming who you are. Being a boss,
Yeah.
You can't take everyone with you, and you can't stop yourself from keep making moves because you lost people along the way,
Word.
And Hurt Before, Vega J Hurt Before, which is a love song. It's really more, for the female, or for the woman that went through something with her guy and still going through something, and he keeps coming back around, even though she's trying to stay away from him. You know what I mean? The process of love, So, it's about a female trying to get away from her current lover because they keep breaking up on and off, and he keeps breaking her heart. But
Word
pretty
up.
much letting you know, you're a queen, and you need a king. You're a queen. You just need a king.
Facts. All right. Dope, man. We'll let the people know all your social medias and stuff like that before we go, so they can follow you.
Okay. My Facebook is Vega J, of course. My Instagram is Viva _ Las _ Vega _ It's with 2 underscores, and that's for my Instagram, and I think that's all I'll really be on is Instagram or Facebook. So, Snapchat and everything else, I really don't be on like that.
Okay, cool, man. Well, all right, we're going to get into it. We got Vega J Heard Before, and what was the other joint?
Bossman.
Bossman. Bossman and Heard Before by Vega J. Thank you for your time, my G.
Thank you, brother. Hey, the honor is mine, man. Thank you so much. It is my honor, man. And thank you for your time. And thank you for everything. Hopefully, we can do this again.
Yeah, for sure.
Scale,
For sure, man. We can do it at, once you, when you got some of the videos rolling out or whatever, let's do it.